Welcome to Dr. Pam Unleashed, where we skip the gimmicks and get real about what helps pets actually thrive. I'm Dr. Pam, functional medicine vet, symptom decoder, and your guide to a vibrant, no BS pet care. Let's get into it. This episode is part of The Dish, where I break down feeding strategies and food truths for real pet vitality. Because when it comes to what's in the bowl, details matter, and the right choices change everything. Today, we're kicking off a brand new series called The Dish. This is where we take everything we've uncovered from hype to harm and start rebuilding. This episode is called You Can't Supplement Your Way Out of a Crappy Diet. Because, let's be honest, no synthetic pill can replace the power of real living food. Let's talk about why. Because all health, yes, all of it, starts at the cellular level. If you've been following our From Hype to Harm series, then you already know what's really in that bag of pet food isn't what the label wants you to believe. But now we're pivoting to a new series, The Dish. This is where we go beyond the expose and start rebuilding from the ground up, beginning with real food and why it works so well. In our last episode, we took a deep dive into the marketing tricks, synthetic add-ons, and ultra-processed ingredients hiding behind pretty packaging. So now that we know what not to feed, it's time to talk about what actually works. Because the truth is simple. Real food heals. And it starts at the cellular level. Every part of your body, every organ, every tissue, every immune defense is made of cells. And those cells are like tiny factories. To keep your pet healthy, those factories need two things. Number one, raw materials, nutrients to build and repair. Number two, energy, fuel to power their work. When we feed low-quality, synthetic, or ultra-processed food, we starve those cells of the building blocks that they need. Feeding a poor quality diet is like trying to run a factory with missing parts and a blackout. Nothing works right, and over time, the system starts to fall apart. The downward spiral of dysfunction. Remember what we uncovered in what's really in the bag. Denatured proteins, meat meals, synthetic vitamins, rancid fats. Ingredients that don't nourish, just fill space. When these cells don't get what they need, they begin to malfunction. Malfunctioning cells lead to dysfunctional tissues, and enough dysfunctional tissues lead to disease. And it doesn't happen overnight. It's a slow, silent unraveling, one that starts on the inside and shows up later as the chronic disease. It is not a sudden collapse. It's the body losing its blueprint one thread at a time. Because being healthy isn't a gift. It's curated. What real food does differently. Real food delivers bioavailable nutrition, meaning the nutrients come in a form the body can recognize, absorb, and use. Not just vitamins stuck on at the end. Not just proteins by percentage. We're talking about the real deal. Whole proteins, living enzymes, essential fats, natural minerals, and cofactors. It's the difference between handing your cells a full repair crew with blueprints, tools, and energy versus giving them an IKEA box with missing screws and no instructions. And here's the thing. Format matters. You can't chip off a piece of rock and expect your dog to absorb the calcium from it. Nutrients need to be in biologically active forms, and that starts with how they are moving through nature. Let me explain. A plant growing in nutrient-rich soil might be sitting next to a chunk of limestone. Limestone is made of calcium carbonate. The plant absorbs the calcium carbonate and weaves it into its own matrix. Then a cow eats the plant, and the calcium is taken in, converted again, and woven into the format that works best for the cow's biology. And when your dog eats the meat from that cow, the calcium has been transformed yet again into a format that your dog's body can actually recognize and use. That's what we mean by biologically active. Each stage in nature upgrades the nutrient into a form that the next organism can utilize. That's the brilliance of the natural nutrient cycle. Nature is highly organized. It doesn't waste steps or resources, and every transformation serves a purpose. That's why real food beats isolated supplements every time. But here's where it gets tricky. Because companies try to cheat the system by putting calcium carbonate in that bag of dog food, to check a box, but not provide a calcium source that a dog could actually absorb? Box checking does not equal bioavailable nutrition. You can't supplement your way out. Yes, kibble companies add vitamins back in, but synthetic supplements can't replace what was lost during extreme processing. And more importantly, they're not the same as nutrients found in real food. Vitamins in nature come as a part of a complex, a whole structure with cofactors, enzymes, and other helpers that work together. Think of it like a bunch of grapes. Each grape in the cluster has multiple roles to play in the body. But when we isolate a single vitamin in the lab, we're just copying one grape and leaving the rest behind. Synthetic vitamins are often made from a base of corn syrup or coal tar and are designed to look like the natural version, but your pet's body knows the difference. These isolated forms can actually create stress, forcing the liver to scavenge for missing pieces and piece together the full complex from its own reserves. That drains your pet system, not supports it. And the kidneys, they're stuck working overtime trying to flush out what the body can't use. You can't revive life from a food that was never alive to begin with, and you can't supplement your way out of a crappy diet. Vitality, not just survival. Our goal isn't just to prevent disease, it's to create vitality. Real food isn't just about not being sick, it's about energy, resilience, longevity. Health you can see. We're not just chasing symptom-free days. We're building health your pet can grow into today and years from now. So if you're ready to move beyond the myths and step into real nourishment, you're going to love the next episode. We'll dive into the Real Food Reset, a breakdown of real food formats from raw to gently cooked to freeze-dried, and help you figure out where to start no matter where you are. This is where your pet's healing begins. Let's do this.